I have two videos on weird anime. This will be the third playlist down in the description if you want to see the other two. And by no means I'm gonna say I hated those anime, but they were you know, interesting, I guess. But I can say with a smile on my face that Planet Cuties. Wow, that's something that I just said. Never thought I would say that ever in my life, but well, Planet Cuties is genuinely an anime I enjoyed regardless of how weird that it was. So let's get into it. Leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Yeah. So the anime starts and we see a woman who's wearing a headset and looks like she's talking back and forth with someone. Then we get this dramatic ass post, or I guess it would be pre-credit screen, and then it cuts to another woman who's like typing, and she's like generic glasses anime character number 96, because you know she has that weird lens flare on her glasses that anime characters get for some reason, because you know that's dumb, because I'm pretty sure if like your glasses had a lens flare you just wouldn't be able to see out of them, but I don't wear glasses so I wouldn't know. And then it happens again, and then we cut to another woman who's like kind of doing the same thing that the other two were doing, but like she doesn't say anything at first, and then for some reason she says word for word exactly what the guy who's talking to her says. Then we do another dramatic cutaway, and then Negus is busting. So there's one ship shooting at another ship, and then the ship that's getting shot at, their captain says this stupid ass shit.
Fire a warning shot across their bow, then order them to shut down their engines and surrender immediately. They're launching rockets at us!
Like, what do you mean a warning shot? There's like literally 5+ machine guns just letting it rip on you, and you're like, send a warning shot. And then you can tell they're like, bro, this nigga tripping. And then they're like, bro's a rocket coming in. What you mean a warning shot? What are we warning them from? To not kill us? So then Mystery Girl decides that, hey, it's time for me to go help, and whoever the guy that's talking to her, he's like, no, wait, and she's like, nah, I can't wait, innocent people are gonna die. So like off rip, my first introduction into this anime is like, oh man, this is serious, this is hype, this is nothing that I consider a weird anime at all, but you gotta let it ride out a little bit. We will get there, I promise. So the woman gets on the ship with all like the pirates or terrorists or whatever, the bad guys, and she fights her way through until she finds the captain, right? And so the captain's holding like this self-destruct button to like blow up the entire ship, and she's all, trust me, that won't work. And she says it as if like if he presses the button, the ship isn't gonna blow up, and like that's just not true, but they were trying to make her seem cool here, so I'll let it slide. So she shoots the captain's gun out of his hand, and then she shoots like the little blow up device, self-destruct device, whatever you want to call it, out of his hand, and then a UFO flies by and it shakes the ship because you know it's like all low to the ground and it's flying fast and makes things rumble, right? So then they fall over and she loses her guns, and the guy like happens to luckily fall in the direction of the self-destruct button, and he like picks it up, right? So now they're like at this standoff because she's too far to actually stop him from pressing it. And you know, remember that dumbass shit she said like 15 seconds ago, all that won't work. Well, it works, and he blows her shit up, and yeah, that's that for her, except it's not, but it's fine. Yeah, she dead. Then we do one last pre-credit cutaway, and we are introduced to our main character, Kyo, who just seems like your average high school boy, little reserved, little sexually angsty. I don't know how it be. He just came back from getting beer for a party, and he is met by his uncle. His uncle, though, looks exactly like the captain of the ship who just made shit go boom boom, and then you find out that it was their great grandfather, so that's why the uncle looks like him, and that's who the party's for. They're celebrating the anniversary of his death, which Kyo mentions exactly what I mentioned. He's like, isn't it a little weird y'all are getting like all partied up and drunk celebrating the death of someone? And then the uncle says some bullshit like, if you don't celebrate their death then they can't pass over, yada yada yada. So Uncle and Kyo talk for a little while, and the uncle's like, my nigga, you get to know bad bitches, bro. We gotta find you one. Let's take a look around. And they look around the party, and what do they see? They see a cat girl. So the uncle approaches the cat girl and he offers her a refill with like beer, and then Keo steps in and he's like, my nigga, you are in straight perv R. Kelly mode, bro. She look like she about 15. You can't have that beer. Then they do some chit chatting back and forth, and the girl says how hungry she is, and then Keo asks, well, why is that? And then she says, because she didn't load any food onto her ship. Now, I'd like to point out that Keo in no way reacts to this at all when she says this. She comes outright and says that she's an alien, and Keo has literally no reaction. I don't know why he has no reaction, but he doesn't. But I guess that's kind of realistic, because like if I was having a casual conversation with someone and they were like, yeah, you know, I'm in a spaceship and I'm an alien, and if it was a person I like just met, I probably would just like, you know, pretend they weren't saying it either until I found my way out that conversation, because nigga, that shit's weird. But hey, our cat alien girl finally says that her name is Aries, and in Japanese culture, when you're introducing yourself to someone, normally you bow. So Keo then introduces himself after Aries and bows, and notices that she's well off, if I do say so myself. So that gets him nervous, and he takes a swig of the drink, not remembering that he has beer, and within one sip he completely gets knocked out. That's some lightweight ass shit, but they acknowledged it, so again, I'm gonna let it slide. So he decides that he's gonna sleep in, you know, sleep off his hangover, I guess, and he turns to the side, and then he puts his hand down and he feels something a little plumpish. So he assumes that it's his cat that's finally returned, especially, you know, after a tail pokes out, but he then removes the sheets and it's Aries. She's wearing no pants, no bra, button down shirt that's definitely buttoned down, and it raises the question, if my nigga Keo hit those, I mean, is that legal? Is that bestiality? We don't worry about it. Just shout out my nigga Keo, you know what I'm saying? He going crazy.
I mean.
So someone's at the door. Keo goes downstairs to see who it is, and it's Monami. If you're paying close enough attention, you will realize that she is one of the first 3 women that we see in the beginning of the episode when they're doing all those cutaways. She has the same hair and she has the same voice, but here she's obviously a lot less serious, and honestly, bro, she kind of just a cock block. Like, let's keep it a buck. She just asked my man Keo outright, who's that? Also, I should mention that I watched this in dub, because dub's like a lot more cringy and it makes the anime come across a lot more weird when I do these videos. So she says, quote,
Monami, what brings you here?
Oh, I just had a quick question. Who's that big boob babe you drunkenly stumbled home with last night?
Wait, how'd you know about that?
and of course Keo gets all flustered. If I was him, I'm like, damn bro, why you so nosy? Get your eyes off my house, bitch. So Keo and Monami chatted up for a little bit, chatted up. Then another woman comes, goes with the name of Miss Sito Kazu, and she's wearing glasses. So again, if you're paying close enough attention, you will realize that she was the second woman in the beginning of the episode who's wearing the glasses, because you know she's wearing glasses here. And yeah, y'all got it, y'all smart, y'all figure it out. She's clearly a little older. She claims that they were over there to talk about summer reading camp or some shit like that. I don't know. I'll be honest, I hate her. She's straight Karen mode, and if you do not believe me that she's a Karen, this is one of the first things that she says when she sees Aries. This anime is fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. So Keo finally gets the two of them to calm down, and he's like, look, I appreciate that y'all have that much faith in me and think that I'm bagging those, but no fam, she's actually just a Neko alien. So, and she's just kicking it here for the night, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he, as if that's like more believable, but it's whatever, because you know what I'm saying, eventually he convinces them and then they leave. Then they like basically confirm that they are the women that we saw in the intro, because Momomi goes and like picks up her headset and she's like, I just got a lead on them, I just got a lead on those aliens. And it gives me very like American-ish vibes, if like we were the first people to come in contact, maybe not American-ish vibes, Southern American-ish vibes. If we were the first ones to come across extraterrestrial life, we'd be like, gotta shoot him with our gun. And then Miss Kazu goes to like her little weird chat room thing, and like I said, it basically all just confirms that they are the women from the intro, and they're not working together, because that part was a little confusing to me at first. But they're not working together, they are working with their own two separate government organizations. Maybe they're not even government. One seems more like, they seem more like their own separate organizations that aren't tied to the government. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a while since I watched this anime. Alright, I was lazy, and I'm just not recording the video. I have a bad memory. Just go watch it if you want to know the details yourself. On to the next. So Kyo mentions to Aries that he needs to go meet a friend and return some DVDs, which, why the fuck are they still using DVDs? I don't know, but they are. So he meets the friend, and you can clearly tell that this is the love interest, you know what I'm saying? This is, she the one. How can you tell that she's the one? Because she's the shy, timid one. Of course, that's always the one the main character gonna hook up with. Keep up, my nigga, golly. So you know what I'm saying? My nigga Kyo spin his game or whatever. She has to go on a little date. Kyo agree. Then this weirdo pulls up and he's like, basically, hey yo, I know your parents, you need a ride? And she's like, yeah, and it seems a little weird, but once she gets in the car, we realize that she actually does know who this guy is, and that's not the situation at all. She is like a secret government agent, and she can make guns spawn with their hand, and she's kind of lethal, and she's a killer. And if you remember, there were 3 women in that cutaway intro, and she is the 3rd woman who got into like the super mech spy suit and was like on the ship or whatever. And no, they aren't gonna explain how she survived in the first episode. Like I said, you wanna know the details, my nigga, go watch the show. But she's basically like, yeah, don't pull no fuck shit like that again, or I'll blow your brains out, bro. And yeah, that happens. And then we realize that she is also a part of another organization, and if my memory is correct, I think her organization is directly tied to the government. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I could be wrong. I'm not gonna go do research for these videos because they're not even that heavily scripted, so if I'm wrong, sorry. So the guy's like, we have our next assignment, and then we find out that her job is to eliminate extraterrestrial life. She basically wants some Men in Black type shit. But on top of that, she has to get rid of any humans who have been in contact with the extraterrestrial life, so it doesn't get out to the public, which is like a really weird plot point before I dive into it, because like this shit's been on the news and everything already, like, so I'm pretty sure it would be like public knowledge. I guess social media just doesn't exist here. Shit, it might not, because they still fucking use DVDs. So whatever, my nigga, that's just weird. And then we get the ye old conflict of interest story, because who is the human that's been interacting with Aries the most? Kyo, and she likes Kyo. And then the episode ends, and for the next 12 episodes, we get this entanglement of like these 3 organizations who are all gung-ho, and you know what I'm saying, trying to get rid of the aliens, and Kyo's in these wild adventures, and he has to turn into a man and stop being all shy. And deadass, the aliens, they're just like, we don't want to invade you, we're just cat girls. And it's a good show. So yeah, shout out to Planet Cuties. All just aside though, it's actually a really good anime. If you have like I said, it's only like 12 episodes, so you can finish it watching like 2 or 3 episodes a day in a week. It's a solid watch, so go check that out. Planet Cuties was a weird anime. Well, that's that for this video. If you enjoyed the video, I make videos of this quality or better all the time. Go ahead and subscribe. My subscribe versus not subscribe viewer percentage is like 40-60. So like 40% of the people who watch my videos are subbed to me. 60% of the people who watch them aren't. Why not? You know what, son? I'm not even gonna ask you why not, because you know, maybe you seen one of my videos, you're like, oh, that was a good video, but that could have been a fluke. I'll wait to the next one. You know, I've done that sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but just go ahead, click on my channel. You can see for yourself. I make great content, bro. Great content, bro. Go subscribe, man. Dude, go subscribe. So subscribe. All right, I'm out.